Hi,
Hello,
Jesus.
Mike.
Hey,
Hello,
how are you?
Mike. Hey, doing great. I'm a legal immigrant here in the United States. It seems like we don't see the progress like other states, like Texas or other states against sanctuary cities, immigration arrest for undocumented. And that's the aggravation that we have out here trying to make a living when we cannot compete with illegals that do not pay taxes, and we are trying to live by the law. Sanctuary cities, what are we doing to slow or stop the funding for New Orleans being a sanctuary city?
Hey, Jesus, we could talk about this for an hour, and and maybe this was one of my big issues. In fact, I was a co-author of the bill in the last legislature. Before I got elected to Congress, I was in Baton Rouge, and we brought a bill to ban all funding for sanctuary cities on a state level, and got it through the House, and was routed to a hostile Senate committee where they summarily killed my bill. But we made the point, as you're making, that it's absolutely critical. Sanctuary cities are not just a threat to us for all the economic reasons that you're highlighting here, but also from the standpoint of national security, because we know that dangerous criminals are being harbored in these places, and many of them come here with a stated intent or the purpose to do our country harm, to hurt innocent people. So it's a crisis. New Orleans has defied the law openly, and the mayor there does it with a smile on his face. We were making the argument in the legislature about it, and made the point that John Adams famously, when he was comparing our republic to an empire, he said, the difference here is that we are a nation of laws, not of men. All of us have to follow the law, even local elected officials, and when we don't, it leads to chaos and anarchy. The Congress is working on it. We've already made some measurable progress on that, and we're going to ultimately cut off funding for these sanctuary cities. I think that'll do the trick.
Talk a little bit about the wall. We heard the promise. Mexico's going to pay for it. We backed down a little bit on that. Where are we on building a wall?
Here's the interesting thing, Aaron, and I've made this at all the town halls. We've done town halls now in Shreveport and Bossier and Oil City and Sabine, and we have 15 parishes in the 4th Congressional District. We're trying to get everywhere because we like to deliver this message, and that's one of the really good news about the 115th Congress and the Trump administration. Just in the first 130 or 140 days, however it's been now, the illegal crossings over the Mexican border have already declined by over 60%. I know y'all have highlighted this on the show before. It's a remarkable statistic, especially since we've not even put one brick in a wall yet. It's just the perception that there's a new sheriff in town. But what are we going to do about it? The president remains committed to it. There will be, I believe, funding in the infrastructure bill that's coming forward, and I think that's going to be a big part of the debate going forward. We have to secure the borders of this country. Otherwise, as we mentioned a moment ago, it ultimately is about national security. We can talk about the economics of all of it, but we have to protect the homeland. It's the number one responsibility of the federal government.